This is Our News, the weekend edition, and on the broadcast tonight, the Foreign Affairs Minister speaks on the estimated hundreds of millions of dollars in remittances to Haiti by migrants living in the Bahamas. Plus, the Christian Council president defends the role of the council. And the country's youngest member of parliament makes history again.
Our News is brought to you by Alive.
Good evening, I'm Andrew Knowles, and thanks so much for joining us. Topping the news, Minister of Foreign Affairs Darren Henfield recently revealing that officials estimate Haitian migrants living in the Bahamas send an estimated $150 million back to their country every year. Our Jasmine Brown spoke to the Foreign Affairs Minister and has the details in this report.
Henfield cited World Bank statistics that revealed in 2017 millions was sent back to Haiti from Haitian nationals living in the Bahamas.
What we understand too, that the World Bank figures suggest that in 2017 that $58 million in remittances went to Haiti from the Bahamas.
However, officials believe the number is much higher than that. According to the Foreign Affairs Minister, that $58 million does not account for what's sent underground.
Experts would say to you that you multiply by 3 that amount of money that goes to the formal economy. Then you get an idea as to what goes to the dark or informal economy. And so it's safe to suggest that we send from the Bahamas in remittances $150 million per annum.
According to the most recent World Bank statistics, remittances to Haiti from the Bahamas are more than triple remittances sent to other nations. For example, remittances to Jamaica was $10.8 million, while money sent back to the United States by Americans living in the Bahamas was estimated at $9.4 million. Remittances was one of many topics discussed in Jamaica at CARICOM's bilateral meetings on trade issues impacting the region in early July. At the time, Henfield stressed the importance of taking a closer look at the issue, and now he is reiterating those concerns.
Which is an extraordinary amount. And so we're speaking to the Haitian government about how we deal with this illegal migration and these sloops that venture into the southern Bahamas and eventually try to come further into our territory. We talked to them about perhaps agricultural pursuits that may be suitable for Bahamians to engage in along with Haitians, that we can help to improve the labor prospects in Haiti. So, the more we can keep Haitians at home, the less challenges we will have in our healthcare, in our social services, in our education, which is burdened by illegal migrants.
Henfield says those talks are ongoing. Reporting for Our News, I'm Jasmine Brown.
The Bahamas Christian Council for years has weighed in on national issues, and sometimes their position may not have been the most popular. And now the council's president is defending the work they put in, saying someone has to do it. Our Kyle Joaquin has more.
I get criticized because people feel I should do this or I should do that, or the council should do this. But we are really fighting our mission statement is to put what position of the church. We're not really trying to be popular.
And that's why Bishop Delton Fernandez says the body takes the position it feels is right without apology on any issue. Over the past few years, we've seen the Christian Council voice its opinion on everything from web shops to gender equality and even the recent increase in value-added tax. But not all the time the council's position is welcomed with open arms.
We're not trying to be that organization that everybody says, you pat you on the back and say you're doing a great job. Sometimes to put forward our position means that we'd be there alone. And we really don't mind being alone, and I really don't mind being criticized, because it is for Christ we stand.
Come Monday, several Baptist leaders throughout the Caribbean will head to Haiti to render assistance to those affected by the recent magnitude 5.9 earthquake.
I think sometimes we could misunderstand what the Christian Council is. We are a league of churches, in particular denominations. Anytime you walk across and you see something happening in the community, in the summer you see missionaries, you see basketball tournaments going on, you see outreaches happening. In fact, some of our international organizations are going to help us with this. They have seen what has taken place with the Christian Council, and they're going to lend resources to map out where our food is being distributed, where clothing is being distributed.
Fernandez said the council does a lot of good, but unlike other organizations, they don't broadcast everything they do.
And so I think because we are not for show, all that we do, all of you would have grown up in somebody's church. All of you have been given a scholarship. We've given up more scholarships than most of the other organizations. Churches are indigenously and part of educating every sector of the society. You're sitting on a campus that holds a high school, 2 high schools, 1 college. All that we do sometimes can be packaged up and doing nothing. But we are all one. It doesn't matter what denomination sits behind your door. We're all Christians.
For Our News, I'm Kyle Joaquin.
All right, thanks, Kyle. In other news this evening, 1 man is dead in what has been classed by police as an industrial accident. The incident taking place on Inagua around 7 this morning. We're told a shipping vessel was attempting to dock at Morton Saul when a male crew member got entangled in a rope on the vessel and received serious injuries. Now, the victim, who police identify as an Indian male, was taken to the local clinic where he was pronounced dead by the doctor. Police are investigating. And from the courts, more than $6 million in fines were levied towards those Dominican poachers who were caught illegally fishing in Bahamian waters last weekend. Some of the men returned to the magistrate's court yesterday, where they were formally charged before Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt. All of the poachers pled guilty to the fishing violations. For illegal foreign fishing, each captain was fined $80,000 and 6 months in prison. In lieu of the fine, they will serve an additional 6 months. As for each crew member, they'll have to pay $40,000 and serve 6 months in prison. Now, all of the poachers were also fined $3,000 for each additional charge, which amounted to $12,000 per person. Failing to pay, they would have to serve an additional 2 months. The sentences will run consecutively. As for the vessels, gear, and marine resources, well, they were ordered forfeited to the Crown. Well, Baines and Grantstown Member of Parliament Travis Robinson inked his name into the history books once again after he, along with 4 others, were among the first to win the One Young World Inaugural Politician of the Year award. Robinson received the award last evening while attending the One Young World Summit being held in the Netherlands. The event brought together nearly 2,000 young world leaders for its annual meeting. The Politician of the Year award was created to recognize the most promising young politicians between the ages of 18 to 35 from around the world. The award also seeks to highlight the work of young politicians who are using their positions to make a difference. Here's what the fired-up MP had to say as he received his award.
I stand as one, but I stand as 100,000 to the 10th power, representing millions of young people like us around the world who people thought that we were crazy enough to dream and to dream big. One young world. Do we have any dreamers in the audience? The time for us as young people around the world to stand up is now. I send forth the clarion call and call for young people from the east, the west, the north, and the south to stand together in unity. Rise up. We believe in you. It is our time to change the world, and let's take it to where it needs to be to make a better world for all of us. Thank you.
Now, Robinson was also recognized as the youngest elected member of parliament at 22 in the Western Hemisphere. He now serves as a One Young World ambassador, and congratulations to him. We will take our first break here, but still ahead tonight, fostering stronger ties with Cuba. The Foreign Affairs Minister gives an update on relations with that country. That story and more when Our News returns.